What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth, and we are back again for another Trove Patch Notes. That was kind of cool. Hopefully I can remember that by next week. This patch is actually awesomely amazing, but the devs didn't include in their patch notes anyway all of the things that make this patch awesomely amazing. And before we continue onward, I would humbly request, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, that we get to at least 30 likes today, but I know you're going to kill it. I know you're going to absolutely destroy the like button. Lately, we've been getting well over 100 likes for all these patch notes video. I can only hope that eventually the Trove series will be getting that much attention with the like button as well. But hey, I'm extremely happy about it, and thank you all so much, because seriously, from the bottom of my heart, the fact that you are all being so supportive, I just want to say thank you. Now, unfortunately, before we start this patch notes video, I personally don't have time to hide a bunch of Cubesleys. For those that don't know, we've been doing regular weekly Cubesley hunts on all these patch notes video. We've gone up to 3, and we're going to do more in the future. But for this week, we are going to pull back from that because I have family visiting in, so I haven't had enough time to be on Trove in general. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to give away a mystery prize to the first person. And in order to qualify, you gotta smack the like button, be subscribed to the channel, and kind of be a bit of a regular, you know? Because I keep saying I don't really want people to come just for the items. It's just kind of my way of saying thank you, you know? So the way that you're going to win this one is, drumroll please, the first person that can leave a comment mentioning whichever episode it was when I first did the Trove, because I know I didn't do it in the early videos. Now anyway, without further ado, let's get to these patch notes videos, or patch notes post haste. First of all, continued UI updates. The character sheet now has a new UI. Bam, there it is, the new UI, which is a little bit confusing, honestly, but it fits with the rest of the game. I do like the fact that it actually shows your XP level and your gear level, but the only thing that I would say about it is it's not that I personally am against this new UI or anything like that. It's that this is not noob friendly by any means, like seriously. But anyway, now you click on the stats menu as well, and it shows all your character stats. So kind of fancy, kind of cool, but also very, very different. The escape menu also has a new UI, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm getting more people whispering me, Toy Gamer, saying how his, my Dragonite costume of the Dragon Kigurumi isn't working because mods don't work right now. I know, it's horrible. Crafting bench adjustments. For players in need of a novice crafting bench, please visit the small hut in the northern area of the hub. Ooh, they didn't have that in the patch notes earlier, so they must have just added that. So if you go to the hub, you can find one of these novice crafting benches, and it only allows you to craft other novice crafting benches. So we'll get into this in a minute. There's 3 new crafting tables, or well, I should just say there's 3 crafting tables now, so it's kind of ridiculous. The crafting bench has had a name change. It is now the Adventurer's Crafting Bench. Woohoo! Many recipes that used to be in the crafting bench are now found in the Builder's Crafting Bench, which can also be made at the Novice's Crafting Bench. Oh, which can be made at the Novice Crafting Bench. Yes, that's right. So they actually didn't mention, like, those are new to me, because I haven't seen the more recent, like, they updated this patch note, so that's good that they did that, because otherwise it was very confusing where you would actually find all these things. Many recipes that used to be on the Novice Crafting Bench have been moved to either the Adventurer or the Building one. So, kind of strange that they're splitting it into 3 different crafting tables, but whatever. The V crafting menu, normally when you would press V, you would have a personal crafting menu where you can make bombs, potions, and stuff like that. They've completely removed that, completely scrapped it, and moved it all to the Adventurer and Building crafting table. So you're gonna notice right here. Where is it? Where is it? Is it in there? Oh, maybe something. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, so they moved it, like Shadow Keys, for example, are over here at this Advanced Crafting Bench now, which personally I find it a little bit more tedious. It's kind of a step back, honestly, because I think it's much better to have, I understand why they did it, but I just kind of think it's a little bit backwards for them to remove a menu only to make it another crafting table, you know? Like, if they had it all in one crafting table, that would have been really nice. That would have been really cool. But time will tell whether or not it's been a good decision or not. Additionally, a Shadow Key mold crafting bench. This is a unique crafting table that is in Shadow Arenas, right at the entrance and in the preparation room. There are now giant shadow keys that you go and interact with, and they just act as crafting shadow keys now. So another swap out for the convenience of the V menu. New in the store, chaos chests have been randomized, and now /welcome feature the Stormcaller's wings. Oh, it's beautiful, yes. So you can get those. Hopefully some people end up running into them that are in the club and just in general. UI and settings. You can now hold down Alt for a quick and easy fast mouse. No idea what this is for, other than I guess if you're trying to like go off of Trove and activate stuff, it's much easier and more convenient than, well, if you call it that. I'm probably always gonna still just press escape when I'm trying to alt tab to stuff. But anyways, so little touch up there. In-world tooltips are no longer visible when the UI is hidden. Not sure what that one means, man. I thought it meant hovering over a sign and hiding the UI. Oh, it did seem to work. Okay, so there was one thing, I forget what it was specifically, but there was something that I tested where I looked over at something and I turned off the HUD and it was still hovering. I think it was actually the shadow key things, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they already just hotfixed it. I don't know, but that's pretty cool because that's gonna really help me out with screenshots. I still wish that I could have a free cam though. That would be absolutely awesome. Equipment stats comparison now shows unchanged stats. So what that means is, for example, if you hover over one of your mounts, it's gonna show you right here you don't gain any movement speed. Normally it just didn't show anything because we already have a mount equipped that has 90 movement speed. So any other mount that we're equipped to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It also says that you are not going to be able to see comparisons for items that cannot be equipped. So I'm just naturally assuming if we had a sword while we're using a magic class that uses a staff, it probably just doesn't show it. I haven't actually been able to confirm that for myself because I don't have any extra gear. Loot. The Azulian Dragon caches now drop fewer eyes. Well then, goodbye eyeballs, rest in peace. The descriptions for class abilities have been updated to be more specific. Thank you, devs. I mentioned that in like almost in the first week of playing this game. I thought about that and it took them this long to put it in, but I'm glad that it's in. So for example, now it just means that, like this for example, normally this is just a personal qualm of mine where I've never understood when a video game will have like these menus. Like, your menu and interface should never be in roleplay. It should always be outside of the roleplay. So, for example, like, all of these abilities and stuff in Trove until now were very, very confusing. You had absolutely no idea. Hello, Dan. You had absolutely no idea what they do, but now it says that it improves your stability, the damage done by basic attacks, reduces damage taken by 50%. I wish that it showed you all the statistics instead of just saying it increases movement speed and stability. It should say by how much, you know, but hey, whatever. Dan Sivor, let's get him in here. Dan Sivor, welcome him to the community. There you go. But still nice that they did improve it. Knight's Iron Will, that's his ultimate. Ability now heals you immediately, like flasks, instead of after a short delay. So for the longest time, when you would use his ability, he had to do the drinking animation. I guess it's still tied to the same code as flasks. Let's actually see. I want to confirm this and see right now. Let's swap to the knight and let's use our ultimate. So he still does the drinking animation, but now it works the exact same as flasks, where it just does it instantly instead of waiting for his animation to actually finish. I gotta scroll down over here. Adventuring desert biomes, desert frontier zones, desert biomes, have a new set of NPCs and quests that target them. Now this tricked me because I thought when they said NPC, I thought, oh, do they have new shops or something like that? No, it's actually talking about, well, sorry, I can't friend request that guy. Well, I'll do it later. Maybe I can scroll through my list here and see if... Yeah, I saw a name. Yeah, there we go. Oh. I'll have to censor that out. Well, anyways, the biomes, it's not new NPCs or shops or anything. It's just new enemies. I want to see. Yeah, we got a desert biome over here. Great. It is new enemies, and what it means by the new quest tied to it, it means that it's the same old normal quest from your daily and stuff like that. It just now says the new enemy name types and stuff like that. So they've just been officially added into the game. It actually adds some much needed variation to the biomes. I think that it's actually really, really cool. The desert got a lot of love this time. The amount of ore veins that spawn in the world has been reduced slightly. The amount of somber souls, on the other hand, in undead biomes have been increased. So that's really, really cool. You're going to also notice right here, which we will talk about that in a minute. It's one of the secret updates that the game has done. Actually, we're already on to bug fixes and polish, and then community creations, and then I will talk about the things that they didn't mention in the patch notes. Bugs, fixes, and polish updated the golden thread with new objectives. So there's a couple new quests like equipping your first style, like a new face mask and stuff like that, and just overall more things to help new players. Fixed an issue with water simulation, removed some unnecessary network messages, optimized server animations, dropped items and equipment now last 3 minutes instead of 1. That's very handy because usually you would be trying to sort out your equipment in your inventory of what you need and don't need for some items that are on the ground because your inventory is full, and you wouldn't be able to grab it because they would disappear right away. So that's really nice. Fixed a bug where a hit spark appeared when attacking other players with melee attacks. Now, everybody already kind of knows that this is kind of a sneak peek preview, I guess, for PvP, which is supposed to be coming out next week is launch, ladies and gentlemen. So very excited about that because they're going to have PvP. I'm guessing they're going to have the friend referrals, which I totally thought was going to be last week, not even this week. Then they're also going to have the Necromancer class and probably a bunch of other goodums, so that's going to be cool. Fixed a bug where lobber and falling traps did very little damage. Now, community creations, it's been so long since they had any community creations lately. I don't know if I'm assuming it's because they're focused on the updates in general and just trying to get this game to launch, right? Beautiful. Look at the biome generation. Isn't it great now? Like, look, the desert got so much love. Community creations, new novice, 3 new novice Highland dungeons. Alright, cool. That's for new players. Now for the things that they didn't mention. The HUD, which you're going to notice right at the bottom of the screen, of course. There's something about it, I can't put my finger on what it is exactly, but it is bigger. I don't know if the HUD itself is bigger or just the icons themselves, but it's bigger and it takes up more space either way. The extra crafting tables, which wasn't mentioned in these patch notes until I refreshed the page, but you can get the novice crafting table at the hub. Modding doesn't work. Yes, I don't know what that's about. Also, the new map, has been updated a little bit, so it doesn't look nearly as bad as it did. The color contrasting on the map is a lot better, and they also added these little face icons. Aren't they cutums? Look at those little faces. Kind of strange that they made that like the default Trove face, but it works. It works for all intents and purposes. They also have new icons as well. We'll show those off in a minute in the club. So, well, actually, we don't need to show them off. They just have new icons in the clubs as well for like what zones are set to architect, officer, and stuff like that. The desert, of course, got new enemies, and also all the biomes ended up getting, you can see on the ground here, that there's different variation in the block colors. So these are all just the exact same blocks, which is primal red when you're mining out of the desert. But you can just see in general, like even the grass and stuff like that, like there's just much better variation in the generation. Here's one of the new NPCs. So he's just his typical skeleton, but they gave him a pick and a hat. So they gave extra love to the desert biomes, and I absolutely love it. Even these cactuses I don't remember seeing around that much. If at all, I think they're new, but either way, it could also be just the variation in the color. The big areas that you're going to notice it is in the desert and the Fey biome, as well as the hill biomes as well, like highlands and stuff like that. I haven't actually noticed any change in the Tron biome or the ice biome. I guess what would they really do with it? But you can just kind of see here, like, it just makes the picture a whole lot sharper. So that's really, really cool. They also have a crap ton of new boss effects. that they haven't mentioned in even the last patch notes patch. They didn't have any mention of the fact that they included new boss effects. One of them I can confirm in this one is that every time a boss attacks, it leaves a bunch of spikes on the ground. Pretty cool boss effect, actually. But I don't know what any of the other ones are. I'm just naturally assuming that there are more. Anyway, that's going to be it for this patch notes video, ladies and gentlemen. Next week is launch, so get hyped. I know I am. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate it if you would smack that like button, share favorite, and subscribe to Join T-Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody. One last thing I almost forgot, ladies and gents, is you're going to notice in the next few Trove episodes, they were actually recorded before this patch hit. And my excuse is because, like I said, family is visiting me, so I just don't have that much time to be recording all the games that I'm playing right now. So I had to stock up on a bit of Trove footage. But don't worry, by next week, things should start to be a little bit more relevant. Plus, I want to have the series right there as soon as the launch hits. Believe in yourself.